Good morning, faithful televiewers. You are watching Prime Flash on My Media Prime Television. And we begin with sports this morning after the second draw conceded by the Indomitable Lionesses in the second day of the Women's AFCON 2022 yesterday, Wednesday, against Togo. Cameroonian social media users have severely criticized the tactical choices of coach Gabriel Zobo, with some calling on the return of the former coach Carl Enongachu, current director of the National Soccer Academy, Anafoot. The yesterday match saw Estelle Johnson scoring at the 38th minute of the game, still leaving most Cameroonians disappointed and expressing worries regarding their game. The second ordinary session of the 2022 legislative year ended yesterday, Wednesday, 6th of July at the Yaoundé Conference Center. The lone item on the agenda was the closing speech of the President of the National Assembly, Kavaye Yege Jibril, praised the action of the Defense and Security Forces to combat terrorists in the country. He appreciated the good organization of the official exams, which took place after a good management of the claims of secondary school teachers by the government. Present during this closing event were the President of the Constitutional Council, Clément Atangna, and the Prime Minister and Head of Government, Chief Dr. Joseph Dion Gouté. The Douala City Mayor, Dr. Roger Mbassandine, presided over a press conference on July 6 in Douala to announce the forthcoming of the bus rapid transit. This project of the Douala City Council will, according to the mayor, be effective in some cities of the continent in days ahead. Approved by two financing agreements of the Board of Directors of the World Bank to the tune of 261 billion. The main objective is to improve urban mobility and support inclusive economic development alongside some rapid transit corridors. Flood has hit some parts of the economic capital this morning following the heavy downpour yesterday night, a situation which has caused circulation difficult, especially in the most affected zones like Mabanda and Bepanda. The soaring prices of basic necessities and consumer goods on the Cameroonian market remains a cause for concern. Residents of Bamenda say the high cost of living is a problem not to undermine. Charles Kibwa reports from Bamenda.
Inhabitants of Bamenda, unlike other parts of the northwest region, are complaining of skyrocketing prices of basic foodstuffs in the markets, with rare-produced products like groundnut oil, palm oil, rice, cocoyam, vegetable, and gari that used to be 3 cups for 100 now has gone up, with the common man stroke families feeling the heat.
For Saturday, I want to go price half liter oil. They say now 500 for red oil. That means 1 liter na 1,000. Then groundnut oil 1 liter na 2,000. We no dey na only God will help us. We no dey. Because the holiday they go pick it and they have plenty and they chop plenty. Chop down here, oil here, we no pay. Now only God will help us. So I pray and I say, God, He make a way for me because I need to see way Cameroon is going now. We no dey.
I am because it is by the mercy of God, and I'm pleading to the Cameroon government to do something. The population is the strength of the government, and I don't believe that if the population that is your strength is suffering, you should do something.
Around the markets, you will notice that everyone is busy selling or buying something, but sellers complain.
The market is not really full as it used to be. Only buyers are in the market. Only those who sell are going up and down. You go and ask your friend how much you sell to buy and sell to. Even you buy, there's nobody to buy.
The high cost of living is even more a problem for families with extensive members, particularly this holiday period with kids at home.
No day. The people don't come on holiday, don't wash. Because they told them 10 times for 1 day, I need to flop. For buy that thing them so it wasn't a worry. It don't bad, Papa. We don't know how to do. It don't pass with power, it's here.
For even to on the harvest of the year, you don't change price. All things you don't hear. All everything, but you know they get way cheap for Bamenda. So we really know what will happen. Just want how the life will go come to the worker.
To some families, they've used to go 3 square meals a day, But with the hike of commodities in the markets, goes once and at times twice, and to some families, they look forth on ways to scale down consumption, a situation to some worrisome.
On the fight against high cost of living in Cameroon, the Adamawa Regional Delegation of Commerce has reduced prices in the region. A campaign to combat high prices was launched in the region yesterday, July 6. Vegetable oil, rice, meat, plantain, sardines, amongst others, are sold at approved prices to the local population. The campaign, launched by Muhammadu Kavai, Regional Trade Delegate for the Adamawa region, will run till the end of this year. And while food prices in Cameroon are witnessing price hikes, cash crops like cocoa on the other hand, is rather witnessing a decrease in national pricing for a kilogram of the bean. Dolin Gonde in this report relays data obtained from the National Office of Cocoa and Coffee in Cameroon. Her report.
On June 24, 2022, the price of cocoa rose to 1,200 francs CFA per kilogram against a 6-week 1,175 francs per kg stagnated price tag. Today, the maximum price of cocoa has fallen to 1,150 francs per kilogram since June 30, 2022. In a space of 1 week, the kilogram of cocoa bean has lost 50 francs from its original price. The data, which has been compiled and released by the Sector Information System (SRF), led by the National Office of Cocoa and Coffee, is only responding to the need of communicating prices to producers in real time in order to boost their negotiation skills with buyers. Yes, prices have fluctuated against the wish of producers, but what explains for this? The slight dip observed in cocoa prices over the past week is attributed to the heavy rains. Although bean prices have resisted the rainy season for several months, due to the strength of demand, rainfall over the past 7 days has caused flooding in several Cameroonian cities, which reached worrying proportions. Meanwhile, the National Observatory of Climate Change has gone ahead to announce the perpetuation of bad weather in the days ahead, and this could lead to a further drop in bean prices as buyers have great difficulty accessing production basins under heavy rains due to poor roads. And for those who manage to overcome this obstacle, they are left with the choice of paying additional transport costs, yet with lower purchase prices of the bean.
The Cameroon Football Federation has, in a press release, launched the recruitment of a new kit supplier for the national soccer teams. According to the communique signed by the Secretary General of FECAFOOT, Blaise Junang, on July 6, 2022, interested manufacturing companies have until July 19 to apply. An announcement which comes after FECAFOOT announced the termination of its contract with Lecoq Sportif, a French supplier. And out of the country, in Nigeria, some pastors who are in police custody for holding church-goers in a basement against their will for rapture are said to have denied the allegations leveled against them. Nigerian police reportedly freed at least 77 people who were kept in the church basement by pastors who preached to them about Christian believers ascending to heaven with the second coming of Jesus Christ. The people were said to have been rescued later or last Friday night, including 23 children, some as young as 8 years old. Nigeria is a deeply religious country where many religious leaders are revered, and according to Nigerian media, it is not the first time authorities have rescued people held by clerics, whether voluntarily or not. And that was it for today's edition of Prime Flash, produced by Junior Pelama. Thanks for watching, faithful viewers. You have more details of these stories on our 6:30 p.m. Prime News with Fon Quinta. Meanwhile, stay glued for more programs on the African Eye. Bye.